And so I came to this question: can we Beyblade in space? In the big great void? And if we could do it basically on the space station, and if we can do it on certain other celestial bodies. And a celestial body is something like a planet or a moon. There's plenty of those out there. And let's get right into it. The first thing is, can we Beyblade battle in the void, in the big emptiness, in the cosmic emptiness, the black? Can we battle? If we want to, no. Because when there are no gravitational forces acting on anything, external gravitational forces will still apply towards you. And there being no gravity there, and the only gravity being emitted by you, these Beyblades will have no clear trajectory and perhaps no clear way of stopping. What's fascinating is that you ever got there in the first place. I mean, if you ever did, you gotta share that info. So being that you're there and there is no gravity, that means there would be literally no way up or down. And that means there wouldn't actually be a base stadium base in which these will potentially land on, given that you wouldn't have much control of your launch either. You couldn't get into a proper position, and both you and your opponent would potentially be attracted to each other. No, not like that. I mean attracted gravitationally. So the Beyblades would be too, because they are a lot smaller than you. All this combines to a very tragic end to your launch. You'll potentially never get your Beyblade back, and potentially never get back home if you ever get stuck in interstellar space. Next question is, should we or could we even Beyblade battle on the space station? That's right, the ISS, the International Space Station, the one orbiting above Earth. Could we battle there? And well, they actually have gyroscopes. They actually have conducted experiments with gyroscopes and their guiding systems. But to actually have a battle and, like you and I do, well, that's not gonna happen. The reason is, even though they feel 90% of the gravity that is from the Earth, they're actually in an orbit around the Earth, which makes them actually feel like they're falling. And that's why they look like they can float inside of the space station, because they are actually experiencing 0G. They're experiencing gravity, but they're experiencing a falling. So for them, it actually feels like they are falling all the time. So could we then take this spaceship and the space station and actually do something with it? Yes, we actually can. If we actually had a rotating environment in which we could replicate 1G, which is what we experience here on Earth. And I'm not going to get into the math of that, but that is achievable. And you could then theoretically Beyblade in space, traveling in space anyways. So the next thing is, what if we did it on the moon? Could we Beyblade battle on the moon? And if we want to, yes, we can. But we'd probably end up having very much sturdier base stadiums and much heavier Beyblades, perhaps, so that they don't go off flying into the air or into the no atmosphere of the moon. So basically what would happen is, depending on your trajectory and speed, you will actually fling yourself backwards and your Beyblade forwards. So it might be a good idea to learn vaults or Eiger's launch, because they have a vault already going towards the base stadium in a momentum. So when they launch, they might be able to stop themselves, use that momentum they were using to launch that Beyblade, and they could actually watch their battle, theoretically. Now, could we Beyblade battle in Jupiter? That is tough. The high pressure would pretty much crush all of us. And that's not good for anybody. And well, that has been it for today, guys.